I'm gonna set this place on fire, burn it down entirely. Expired.
Brimstone, thunder, and lightning. I'm gonna set
This place on fire. Yes, hello, what's going on? This your boy Izzy from WizzyProDizzy.com, trying to get some good light on this rainy day. There we go. How y'all doing? So I got the selfie techniques, gotta go from the upwards and whatnot. Yes, how you doing today? It's a rainy day, but I can't let that stop my footage. So I'm here walking on this part of the pretty park by school at CCP that I shouldn't be walking on, but yeah, sorry, recording a crime. But what's also a crime is Uber and Lyft, these ride-sharing corporations. What is going on? I have decided to entitle this video before it got started, Uber, the good, the bad, the very ugly, and the very awesome. You know what I mean? So let's get it cracking, because this one is going to be a long one, right? We got 4 sections right here. Let's start off with the good. Wasn't a lot, but there's more awesome than good, so that's okay. So Uber and Lyft, the good is last year's pay was pretty good. Not this year's pay. I don't know what's going on with this year's pay. Last year's pay was pretty good. It's a bad start for the good column, but yeah, they cut our rates down from last year was my first year with doing Uber, so I don't know how much they were getting paid before then, but last year I was getting paid like $1.21 a mile, about 27 cents a minute. And this year, since I've been on, because I haven't done Uber till like May this year, till early this year, since last November, the rates have been cut in half. So last year, like I said, $1.21 a mile, which was all right. You know what I mean? This year, it's 69 cents a mile, and it's even less for the time. And I always used to say last year, you could ask any of my customers, I have about 5,000 rides under my belt, and I'm a 5-star driver overall. You could ask them, like I tell them, they don't pay me enough for time, and you know, I get them to where they need to go. I cut through traffic, I make sure the GPS isn't messing up, and like I get them to where they need to go when they need to go. They need to go to the hospital, they need to go to the airport, they need to go to work, they need to go watch the kids, they need to go to school, they need to go places. I mean, so they never paid me enough for time. Now they pay me less for time and less for mileage. The mileage, I always tell people, you know, the trip is the same with the distance. I'm just gonna try to cut you short, because that 50 cents, 75 cents don't mean nothing to me as a driver. But it means $1.50 to you as a passenger. It's gonna cost you more, and it's gonna cost me more with gas and time, and less passengers with more time in traffic on single passengers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be mathematically thinking out there on the road. You know what I mean? We all have to be mathematically thinking about whatever the heck we're doing. I'm on coffee. I'm talking really fast. I've been up since yesterday's video. I'm on like quadruple shot of espresso. Please do not do this. Remember, I was talking about your health. I'm built a little bit differently than everybody. But please do not be jumping up on coffee. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be doing any more driving today. I've been up since yesterday. I took a little nap. I started driving again at like midnight. I'm driving all day so I could pay my rent. I have to drive twice the amount of time to make the same amount of money. And like, I'm not a man who's all about money. You could ask my passengers. I'd rather get them to their destination. You could check my trips. They just adjusted a trip because I just helped somebody yesterday, right? So anyway, the good is it's a side hustle. And sadly, for the second thing in the good column being sad again, sadly it's some people's only hustle, because of how hard it is to get a job out here, and how these corporations want to pay you less than $15 an hour. It's like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? That's why people want to get on the road, because the minimum wage and CPI I keep talking about is like ridiculous compared to when minimum wage started in 1938. You know what I mean? So yeah, the good column is not looking too good. People could work on their savings, get like, I bought flowers for like my girlfriend's grandma and mom on Mother's Day. That was from Uber money. You know what I mean? I like worked my little brother's birthday weekend, gave him all the cash. You know what I mean? It's good side money. That's it for the good, and we're not going to get to the awesome yet. We're going to the bad, and then we're going to the ugly, and then we're going to get to the very awesome. The bad news about Uber is we're not really employees, and that's kind of crooked. I have almost 2,000 rides with Uber and about 3,000 with Lyft. And, you know, I'm a contractual worker. The least they could do is do something more for us. You know what I mean? Give us free Lyft and Uber rides. Damn sure give us new tires after like 1,000 rides. You know what I mean? How much miles are you putting on our cars? Uber with this 69 cents per mile, it's like you're driving our cars to death. We're putting miles on our car, you know what I mean? And it's not worth it. We can't sell our cars afterwards because they'll have like 300, 400,000 miles on it. They'll just be like dead. They'll be crying. They'll be like dying, weeping on the road. Speaking of that, we could skip to one of the very uglies about dying on the road. The car maintenance, the bumps, the potholes. I broke a tire rod during a ride. I had 2 flat tires during a ride. I've had dozens of nails in my car tires. I've replaced dozens of tires. It's like, dog, I've only been driving a year, man. I've been driving since I was 18. That means I've been driving for 8 years. And since last year, all of a sudden I had to buy 12 tires for my car. You know what I mean? Something's wrong. It's obviously the places I'm going, you know what I mean? They need some type of depot. Something has got to be covered. Tires, plugs, you know what I mean? Oil changes, transmission checks. Like, come on, you're a taxi cab company. You know what I mean? You have to give us that little 10% back on the Uber card. My Uber card's been with me. They have not activated my Uber card for months, and I keep trying to get them to activate my Uber card over and over again so I can save a little bit of money. But the little bit of 5, 6, 3% back, it's John's not nothing. And like I said, I apologize for talking so fast because I am on 4 cups of espresso. I've been up 24 hours in a couple hours. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real with you. Now, speaking of, you know, they're not a taxi cab company. Taxis only go certain places. I mean, whether they're stationed at the Philly airport, in Germantown, at your local bus station, you know what I mean? They only go certain places. Even if they're at the bus stop and they have to go an hour away, they're going straight back home, you know what I mean? And they're charging you for that. They're charging you special for that. They're giving you a little special fee on top of that for the way back home. So it's like the fact that I'll be like 31 miles away from home this morning, and you know, if I didn't get a ride back towards Philly, was that 31 miles away and I have to do it myself? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? That's my time, my gas, you know what I mean? I'm not getting paid for that. And on top of that trip that was 31 miles away from Philly, it took me 13 minutes and about 8-9 miles to get there. So like that goes to another part of the bad, actually to the ugly column of the Uber. We don't get paid going to a customer. So sometimes under 5-10 minutes is fine. Under 5-10 minutes, 3 miles, you know what I mean? It's like riding here to your local fast food place to get something to eat at night. You know what I mean? It's fine. But when you're saying, yo, you gotta travel 15 minutes, 10 miles, that's like from my house to the airport. You know what I mean? That's from Center City, Philadelphia to the airport. It's about 8 miles. You know what I mean? That's not no little trip. You have to go hop on a highway, risk your life. Once you hop on the highway, you're risking your life. That goes to one of the other ugly portions, which is the danger zone. You know what I mean? It's very dangerous out here. But we definitely have to get some type of conversation for the way there. You know what I mean? You lying to us, putting surge prices, giving us fake passengers sometimes, I feel like, to drive us in certain places at certain times of the day. Like, you know what I mean? Treat us a little bit better. The driving force of your company is drivers. Think about that. You just shoveling through them like you're some fast food restaurant that could like keep throwing people away. No, you can't keep throwing people away, people's cars away. People's lives are on the line here. You're talking about driving. Cars are weapons. They are weapons. Once you get behind the wheels, you have to be careful. Somebody can die. You know what I mean? I can die. I was in a car accident with a Lyft rental. Speaking of that, I forgot about this. If you're in a car accident, I hear horror stories. I have a horror story. I was in a car accident with a Lyft rental, and it took them 8 days to impound their own vehicle out of the police lot. You know what I mean? They were trying to, they charged me for it. I was hit by a phantom vehicle, hit and run, totaled the car, put my back and neck out of place, gave me carpal tunnel. You know what I mean? And like, I'm in the hospital and they not even towing the car, they charging me up. Like I still got the car on the road. You know what I mean? So it's like these companies, they have to think about who is their company. You know what I mean? All these corporations, they have to think about their company. That's what I was saying on my last video. I appreciate all the little guys. Out here, we Uber drivers can't survive without this coffee. If we can't survive, if these people don't get coffee, they can't run they can't run your get up. You feel me? The little people, this economy runs on an ecosystem and it's built on all of us, okay? It's built on a lot of backs and a lot of sweat and a lot of tears, okay? We gotta drop the tears, all right? We gotta drop the amount of tears it's built on. All right, give everybody a damn chance out here. On the bad columns, you know what I mean. Bad contractual law. Like I said, we're not employees. We're under contracts. But as an article said on the web, we have even contracts know how much they're about to make. You know what I mean. They're not just going on a contract that all willy nilly. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing, where they're going, how much they're gonna make, and when they're gonna make it. You know what I mean? What you call it? Bad ratings. Man, so many things could throw off your ratings, and ratings affect how much money you make per hour. There's got to be some type of give or take where they have the rating protections, thankfully. You know what I mean? It's been protecting my ratings, but before, I know that was a big thing. Somebody accused me of drunk driving, and I'm not a proponent of drunk driving. I don't go with people when they're drunk and drive. I don't drink and drive. So the fact that somebody flagged me for drink driving, I was upset. The fact that it was the night after Uber Presents called me and was on the phone with me for an hour talking about my story and saying they were gonna give me an interview made me very upset. I feel like it ruined my chances with Uber Presents. So there's got to be some type of way to stop the flags, to stop people from being flagged. You know what I mean? And I see some little kids over there. Doot, doot, doot. So I'm standing where I'm not supposed to be standing. Ninja status. Anyway. Yeah, I can't wait till I get to the awesome category. The ugly. Yeah, we don't get paid for the time to the customers, as well as the algorithm. The algorithms that run these systems, it seems like it stops us at about $25 an hour, $25 to $35 an hour. I haven't taken any math classes at this CCP yet, but I did place in pre-calc 2, and I haven't been in high school for 8 years, you know what I mean? So I'm really good at math, and I know for a fact that these algorithms clip us off at $30 an hour at the most. You know what I mean? No matter how many surges we get a week, we're gonna get 30 minutes of dead space. We're gonna get the dead time. That's why it's good to mix up the apps, put them both on, work both the apps, because if you get a ride out to, let's say, King of Prussia, 31 or I don't even know where the hell I was this morning, but I was 31 miles away from Philadelphia, and you know, if I didn't get that pling off, I would have loved to have Lyft working for me. Oh yeah, it's been November accident. Lyft still has not reactivated my account. I have to wait for the lawyer to get through, so I'm still not working for Lyft after like 6 months. Yeah, that's bull. Let's get to this very awesome. I mean, let's end it with the last ugly topic was a couple racist people, which will drag into our. This racist people will drag us into our awesome topic, right? So when it comes to having a couple racist people in my car, I did have a couple racist people in my car. But for the most part, I purified their soul with the strength of God. That's how we do it. When it comes to racism and people treating a whole group of people, anyone of any color, for any reason, that is for any reason, you can't just say a whole people is anything, because everybody is built on their experience and everybody has different unique experiences. You know what I mean? So you can't just be like, yo, all Indians are racist. All black people are this. All blah, blah. You can't have biases. You have to take every man for every man, every woman for every woman. Every man is a man, no matter occupation, skin color, eye color, anything. Any man could do anything. Any woman could do anything. I mean, women are strong, powerful. Men are strong and powerful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, racism, I just busted it down with my life story. You know what I mean? My life story will combat racism, like, just by hearing it. Growing up in 3rd grade, my sister's light skin. All my whole neighborhood kids, they didn't like light-skinned white people, so they was trying to beat my sisters up, my older sisters up. I'm into fighting people in grades higher than mine, protecting my sisters. Then I moved to upstate New York, which was nice for like a year and a half, and then like I lost my friends after like a Thanksgiving party when some kid's parents was like, oh, that's Isaac? Oh, come here, son. Don't talk to him anymore. That's the kid you were talking about? That's your friend? Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? What kind of country are we built on? I have a chapter in my book, The Black Thesis. We're built on a country of colonization and fundamental racism. So we have to break the chain. Honestly, we're in the future. If you want to be racist, build a time machine. Go back in time. You're pretty rich, all you racist douchebag. Let me watch my mouth. And go to the awesome category. All right. So the people are awesome. People all over the world are awesome. Uber said I went through 19 different countries. I met people from 19 different countries, and let me tell you, my faith in humanity has risen since I started Uber and Lyft a year ago. And I'll tell you why. Besides like a whole bunch of people being nice, different skin colors, white, black, Asian, Mexican, Spanish, yo hablo español, so when people of Spanish ethnicity come through, you know what I mean, they feel at home. We listen to some Spanish music, we tell some bromas, you know what I mean. Shoot, if I wasn't working, I'd crack a cerveza with you, girl. But I don't drink and drive. I don't do that. I don't do none of that. But yeah, the people are lovely. I love motivating people. Like I said, I give everybody anything, any bit I can. Somebody was going through it this morning, dropped them off to the hospital. I'm always sorry when that happens. I didn't personally save a life. I could say like I had a hand in it, but like I give it to this one girl who saved a life on my channel. In my car, this like lady who was on some type of crazy drug was about to fall on the train tracks, but she pulled them off. The ambulance just left her, and then the lady started walking back towards the train tracks. So my passenger who ordered the Lyft for this lady on drugs, like she said people were recording the lady leaning towards the train tracks, like they wanted to get 1 million views on YouTube of somebody dying. You know what I mean? That's not what humanity has come to. You know what I mean? That's demonic. That's evil. That's evil. Just because that person's high and drugged out doesn't mean that person deserves to die right there on the train tracks in broad daylight. What kind of person are you? What kind of person are you that took your phone out? I'd probably like spit on the ground at your feet. Like, what are you doing, man? Come on. I would be just like this girl and go grab that lady from the train tracks. By that time, the police came to go arrest the lady. The lady's like, the girl, she's like, no, I'll take a lady home. And I'm like, and that's when I pull up. I don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? I pull up and police are escorting this, what I thought to be a drunkard lady, come into my car, and the girl comes into the passenger. So this old drunkard lady falls asleep. She's not drunk, she's high on something. Narcan didn't work, so she's on some other kind of drug. You know what I mean? This girl knows all about it because she's like, her family's was suffered from addiction. Sadly, some people from her family suffered from addiction, and she was afraid if the woman had got locked up, she would die from withdrawal in prison. So that's why she pulled her off the track, and she decided to take her home. In her high babble, she gave her the address of her home, what we thought to be her home. You know what I mean? So like, put the lady in my car. The girl starts telling me what's going on, and the girl's like distraught. Lovely girl. So sad I had to see her like that. You know what I mean? We take her to this address, and it happens to be a church. It's not a home at all. It's like a church on Aramingo in Kensington or something like that. In like the Badlands, the epicenter of the crisis on the East Coast of the drug epidemic. The epicenter of the opioid crisis is right here in Philadelphia, about 5 miles, less than 5 miles that way. I mean, less than 5 miles from this school. So yeah, I'm over there. It's real like that. I'm over there. I pick up the girl, you know, she's in my car, so we drop her, we go to the church, and like me, I'm trying to make enough money so I could go to New York and help renovate my mom's house. That's what's motivating me this weekend, so I could work Lyft. And I got one promotion. I need one more ride after this, 40 minutes. If I don't get a ride within 30, 40 minutes, I don't get some $30, $40, $50 bonus that means the world to me, because I get to go help my mother. You know what I mean? But this is what happened. Some lady got this. This is what happened. My life is crazy. Always something is better than always nothing. And I thank God for everything that happened. You know what I mean? I don't got no regrets. But yeah, we go to the church, and it's like, boom, dang, I can't leave this lady out here on the streets. I can't just put this passed out high lady out on the streets. She might die. It's cold out here. I don't got a blanket. It's like, oh my God, I gotta take this girl to the hospital. I don't got no time for this. But you know what? It is time for it. It is what it is. And honestly, like I said, I don't put this saving a life on my hands. This girl saved a life, and she just ordered the right Uber or Lyft person. She just ordered the right person at the right time. And that's why I do this job, because I like helping people. Not for this 69 cent a mile. The 69 cent a mile makes it dangerous, okay? Makes it very dangerous. Makes me don't want to do this job. You know what I mean? It's too dangerous. But back to awesome people. You know what I mean? Spreading love and motivation. When they come in my car, I always got some good music going. If your kid's in my car, I'm not going to play any music with cursing in it. No bad music. You know what I mean? I don't care how young they are. If they're 2 years old, if they're a baby with a passenger in a car seat, like, they are not listening to curse words when they get into my car. Straight up. We call that holistic seduction, in the words of Damian Marley. You know what I mean? Junior Gongzilla! Boom, boom! Said we gonna burn it. Alright, we gonna set this place on fire. Now, I've also had on the awesome category, before I end out, is the last things, is I've got a chance to meet some superstars, you know what I mean? Some real cool people. The people are so excellent, man. I met a website guy last night. I met like a lovely grandma this morning. I met this lovely lady. We was talking about my book, The Black Thesis, education and being happy and living life. She just came in, and she had like the best attitude in the world. I hope she knows who I'm talking about. You were the best. You were smiley. What else did you do? We were talking about the Black Thesis. We were talking about we were talking about a lot of stuff. We were talking about the youth and how you wanted to be a motivational speaker. Good luck to you. I hope you know who I'm talking about. I got so much stuff going on. I'm going to do my homework right now so I don't fail this summer class. But the rides have been excellent. They have been truly excellent, and I'm going to cap this video off before it gets 25 minutes. But like I said, this is the good, the bad, the very, very, very ugly, and the very, very, very awesome of Uber and Lyft driving from my experience. Your boy Izzy Pro Dizzy. We have to formulate some type of, oh snap, we got to go overtime. There's never much love when you go OT. You know what I mean? So we ain't gonna show no love while we burning up Uber. You know what I mean? We need to formulate some type of protest or boycott. We're at a point where riders and drivers have a dependency on Uber because they don't go where taxis have gone, and Uber's been around for 10 years. But now that they're squeezing us with the contracts and they're overcharging you with the drivers, I don't know how Lyft rates are right now, but I know how they are with Uber's rates. We can't stand for this, man. If you let the monster eat all the animals in the jungle, man, before we stand up to him, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do when the monster's fully grown? Like every time he eats one of us, he gets stronger, and then we get weaker. You know what I mean? Every time we get weaker, we can't help each other. You feel me? Like, I've been weak for so long. I've been off the web for years. I've been out of my restaurant for even longer. You know how many little kids I used to feed, man, for free? Shoot. You know how many people I used to give food of life to? Like, we can't be weak no more, man. We all gotta build each other up, man. Blessings, man. Especially if you watch all this video, man. Take care if you're on the road with Uber and Lyft. Be safe out there. Watch out for road rage. It's part of the bad column. Much love. Jungle Kid, you already know.